Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to do a follow-up video to the Barbie Extra video I did last week. Some of you guys actually wanted to see Miss Candy Queen over here redesigned just like the other two. So to refresh everybody's memory or anybody that didn't catch my prior video, I wanted to redesign Candy Queen, which is probably the most controversial because she looks the most like one of the characters from the LOL line, which is Candylicious. If you haven't watched the first video for this Barbie Extra line, I really suggest you watch that first so you can kind of get a little bit more background on what the deal is and the controversy between these two lines. When tackling the redesign of Candy Queen, I actually went in and did a lot of research on what was happening in the runways of spring 2021. And I did notice that some designers were still doing a lot of bustiers and a lot more were incorporating ruffles into their designs. So that was something that I wanted to incorporate in her design as well. I did like her color story and I wanted to keep that pretty much the same, but I wanted to update each and every piece, which is very different from the approach I took with the previous two because I did actually like some of their articles of clothing, and with Candy Queen, I kind of really wasn't digging any of it. Poor Candy Queen, they really did her wrong. Now let's try to make all those wrongs right and jump right into that fashion sketch. So we start off with a previous fashion sketch and then I go ahead and I pop on that 1980s quintessential Kira face mold. I wanted her to have this type of face just so that all three of the girls would look like they belonged from the same line. Then here I'm experimenting with different hairstyles and I went through a lot of them, did not like a lot of them, and then I just thought, let me just give her some soft curls so that when we start coloring her in and we apply that ombre hair color, it'll look really nice, radiating from all those soft curls. Then here I also start experimenting with her outfit and I'm going through a lot of the trends that I saw on that spring 2021 runway, and I was liking some of them, but then they just looked a little bit too complicated, and then she just started looking too busy like her original self. So I was like, no, let me simplify this a little bit more. And then I came to a conclusion that I could still address the bustier in a simplified manner with a little bit of the ruffle detail, but also incorporate a mini skirt, which was something else that I did see a lot on the spring runways. Then we have to ask ourselves the question, what kind of shoe would Candy Queen wear? And as I was thinking this, I came across these Vivienne Westwood diamante encrusted boots and thought, hands down, those are it. And here we give her some bling in the form of another Vivienne Westwood inspired piece, this oversized Barbie choker. And then we start filling her in with some solid color and we pop in that reference picture again just to remember what her color story was. Like I mentioned before, I really did like her color aesthetic. And here we move into her hair. And like I mentioned before, I wanted to ombre this as opposed to it being half pink on one side and half purple on the other. And here, in keeping with the story, I'm keeping the blue sleeves, but I'm making them in a transparent lace. So I'm adding in some lace texture just to give it a little bit more dimension. And here we're giving her some additional details to her face. Here I give her some additional bling in the form of two rings, and then I also give her some half motorcycle gloves in white. And now jumping into that sexy bustier, I'm going in and adding a little bit more details of shine so that it really mimics a see-through vinyl iridescent type of fabric. The only thing that's not going to be see-through will be the cups. I will be adding some floral details to those in a bit just to make sure that there's a big distinction between the cups and the bustier bodice. Here I'm adding some shine elements to the skirt so that it really takes the effect of a blue vinyl skirt. And here is where we add all of those details to make it look like those diamante boots from that Vivienne Westwood reference picture. And let's make sure these accessories pop with just a little bit of shine detail. Don't forget about that necklace, it needs to shine too. And then let's go ahead and give her a disc-like iridescent see-through earring because God knows this girl needs a little bit of edge. Let's jump in and quickly shade in her body. After that, let's get into her face and shade her out and make her look like that iconic 1980s Kira doll. In addition, we will also be dialing up her eyeshadow with a three-tone look and a lighter cut crease. Then for the finishing touch, I will give her a hot pink lip. Now let's get into that hair and add some shading to really give it some dimension. And then after that, let's give it some more detail by adding the additional little calligraphy strokes to really mimic individual hair strands. And here let's add some additional sparkle effects. I mean, diamond boots are a girl's best friend. And here, one more little last touch to her eyes to really make them look like Kira's. And don't forget those white fishnets, the final touch to finish her off. And here she is. Bam! Looking good. I absolutely love her. I think she's my favorite out of all three just because she's such a stark difference from the original doll. To me, she looks much more chic. And I feel like she addresses a lot of current trends and does it in a very fun and playful way. Now let's pop her in with her sisters and see how she looks. Wow, they look so cute. I probably would buy all three of them if I had a chance. Which ones would you buy if you encountered these at the store? Well, that brings us to the end of our sketch. Thank you all for watching, and remember to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with all of your friends. It would really help me out. Also remember that you can follow me on Instagram with the same handle name Mendozagram, and I will see all of you in my next video.